Hello everyone, and welcome to today's training on using banned hashtags or getting shadow banned or blocked in Instagram. So done a little bit of research. I've been kind of teasing you over the last 2 weeks saying I'm going to talk to you about it and just haven't had the time to. So here's a perfect opportunity for me to go through some of how you can be avoided getting shadow banned from Instagram or blocked. So it's kind of like going into Facebook jail, but different. Because Instagram is a completely different platform. So firstly, there are about 877 million active users on Instagram. So certainly is a platform that we need to put some of our energy into if our audience is in that platform. I do believe in spending about 80% of your time on your income producing platform and then about 20% on the others. But we do know that when we are engaging in the others, we have to respect those platforms to get the most out of them. So there is a theory on Instagram by a lot of influencers to say that you can be shadow banned on Instagram. And basically that means Instagram is hiding your content. So you could be posting and you could be wondering where your engagement's down. But really what Instagram is doing is just shadow banning you or stopping your content from going into Instagram world. So to avoid using banned hashtags, firstly, you need to check them. So I am going to show you a really cool little exercise over here. But most of us don't check our hashtags. We go in and we just put hashtags in and we kind of hope for the best. But it is important that if you want to be found, that you do some research on your hashtags. And if you are going to use hashtags, make sure you're not using the ones that have been banned in 2020. And I'm going to show you how to check that. So check them first. And I will also give you the updated checklist for 2020 of the current hashtags that are banned. However, I am going to show you how to do it yourself. The whole purpose of a hashtag is to lead people to your account. So if Instagram is banning certain hashtags or not allowing those hashtags to be used, your content's not going to be found. And basically, it'll just say that you're not following the community standards, and they'll just block you if you continue to try and do it. So Instagram basically has the right, as does all social media channels, to stop your content from being shown. And some of these reasons that your account may be blocked or banned, and I'm sure none of you are doing this, but this is if you're sharing photos or videos that you yourself have not taken, so it's not your content and you don't have the right to share it. Nudity, repeatedly DMing people, so privately messaging people, using bots to like, comment, follow, and share. Instagram can actually pick up bot usage. Hate crimes, if you're trying to sell sex services, firearms, or drugs. If you show any disrespect, threats, or degrading content, or if you are glorifying self-inflicted injuries, or graphic media without warning that the content is going to be graphic in the caption. All right, so let's share screen and take you through and show you. So it was pretty cool. If you go into Instagram, and it does look a little bit slightly different on your phone, but same. So one of the 2020 words is ass day. So if you put in over here, ass day, and you search up the hashtag ass day and you click on that, you'll notice what happens. There's a, it won't actually let you open it. If you have a look at the very top, there's a line there, and that line is flickering, and it's not allowing me to open up that hashtag, which is 36,166 posts, and I can't pick it up. Now, if you do it on your mobile phone and you go in and you put ass day in and look for the hashtag, a thing will pop up and say that this goes against community standards. So you know that that one's blocked. However, if I do ass day and I do the peach over here, you can see it's already come up, but if I do ass day and I do the peach, it pops up and I can actually open this one and there's a choice there to follow it. So ass day with the peaches is absolutely fine. However, ass day on its own won't open and it'll flicker. So I'll show you another one. So if I search beauty blogger, and you can see over there the hashtag, it's got under picky chick, you'll see over here beauty blogger. If I try to click into that, it doesn't open on a desktop, and you'll see the line at the top over here is flickering. However, if I put in beauty bloggers and I click on that one, it will open up and it will give me the option to follow that hashtag. So we want to make sure that we're not using those blocked hashtags, because basically Instagram's going to shadow ban your content and not allow your content to go out. So I am going to share that list with you at the bottom of this video when I'm finished recording. All right, so the next thing is to avoid being blocked or shadow banned, you want to make sure that firstly you are going and searching hashtags and having a look at them and seeing which are the ones that are blocked or not blocked. You also want to make sure that you're using about 10 hashtags, and they always need to be different and in a different order, including some branded hashtags. So for example, my hashtag is hashtag Chantal said. And basically how you come up with a branded hashtag is you go in and you search that hashtag across Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and you find one that is relevant to you, that is not widely used by anyone else. And that would become your own branded hashtag. And basically what that does then is it collates your content, and all your content will be found there. But you want to make sure that no one else is using that one as well, because ultimately you could be sending them to them. So I know Sandy Foster won't mind me sharing this, but Wildly Wealthy Woman is her brand, and she's actually trademarked that brand. However, you can't trademark hashtags. So if you go in and you look at Wildly Wealthy Woman, there are other money mindset coaches that are using exactly the same hashtag, meaning that potentially if she uses that as her branded hashtag, she'll be sending followers to their accounts, meaning that she's going to actually send prospects their way. Or associate her brand with theirs. So ultimately, this is why I recently suggested that she uses her name, Sandy Foster, Wildly Wealthy. And that way, it makes sure that those leads or those clients and everything comes back to her and doesn't get spread to other coaches or clients. You also want to make sure that you don't use pods for engagement. So Instagram can now pick up pods, like when people all jump in and they try and support each other. If they pick up that that's happening, they'll shadow ban you. Or if you're using bots to do it on your behalf, they consider it as spam and they'll shadow ban you. In the event that you feel that Instagram is shadow banning you or blocking you and you're not sure why, you can also contact Instagram and ask them. So at the end of the day, what's the best way to grow Instagram? Well, the best way to grow Instagram is to basically grow it organically, and that is about having a strategy. And it means that you have a growth strategy, that you build meaningful and genuine relationships, and that the content that you share is relevant to your audience, and that you don't obviously spam. But here are some of the tips for organic growth on Instagram. So firstly, don't buy followers. Focus on genuine, meaningful, authentic growth. The next one is always create engaging content. And remember that Instagram is a visual platform. So you've got to make sure that the visuals you use are decent, are themed. You also want to make sure that you use a caption in Instagram. And I must say, this is something I haven't used. And now I'm noticing that people are using a caption. So just note that moving forward, that there is actually a caption, like a headline that you can use now. And then, of course, you want to keep it short, sweet, and simple. So Instagram is not about long form content. It's about short, sweet, and simple content. Number 3 is you want to make sure that you're developing a strong branding online presence along with solid key messaging that's consistent. So your colors, your tones, your themes are all consistent across them. You can also use content like carousels, videos, and mix it up a bit, but keeping it quite aesthetic and themed. And I think that that's what makes it so difficult for me with Instagram, is because it has the tiles and it is so themed. Number 4 is consistency. So rather than post terrible content every single day, it would be better for you to be consistent and rather take the time to put meaningful, good content on, rather than just spitting content out onto Instagram. The next one is competitors analysis. And you know how I'm so fond of this at the moment. And it's probably one of the reasons why I've only just noticed the captions, is because I went in and started looking at competitors and what they were doing. But when you do a competitors analysis, these are the things to ask. When are they doing it? What are they doing? How are they doing it? What's your point of difference? How are you going to differentiate yourself from them? And what can you do better to stand out above them? And then, of course, as with every strategy, part of your growth strategy needs to be to reach a wider audience, is to network, collaborate, or do joint ventures. And it's exactly the same on Instagram if you want to grow your profile. So you want to engage in other people's feeds. You want to make sure that you respond to comments. You want to mention or at people in your content, do joint ventures, giveaways, reshare stories, and even have countdowns, because FOMO is quite relevant on Instagram, like every platform. So when it comes to choosing your hashtags, you want to make sure that you're using fairly popular hashtags, but not extremely common hashtags. So there is a difference. So the latest trend for your hashtags, as I mentioned earlier, is about 10 at the moment. And what we want to do is break that up between popular hashtags, which directly relate to your post. Then you want moderately popular hashtags, which only 10 to 100 of thousands of people are using, and they're slightly more targeted. Then you want niche specific hashtags, which are the hashtags that your audience would be specifically searching for. And then, of course, you want your own branded hashtag where it'll collate all your content. So if you search it across any other platform, all your content from all platforms will come up. So hopefully that's given you some help with Instagram, some Instagram growth techniques, some ways to have a look and search for hashtags to make sure that you're not disrespecting the platform and get yourself shadow banned. So now what I